Hi guys, so I am getting ready to leave for Orlando in 12 hours. I have not even started packing. I'm gonna make some brownies. I have a long night ahead of me, and right now it's like 9 p.m. But you see where my priorities are because I just had to share this haul with you before I left. If all goes as planned, I still should be uploading this when I'm in Orlando, so I'm gonna be sharing all of my adventures over on Instagram and Snapchat, so be sure you're following over there. And also, before we get started, Star Central Magazine's contest for Beauty Guru of the Month is still going strong, and I would absolutely love if you guys showed your support by voting for me. It seriously takes 2 seconds, and you don't have to sign up or into anything. I like to stress that because I hate when you like go to vote for somebody and you have to like sign up with all of these steps, and it's just annoying. With this, you don't have to do that, and if you'd like to vote, the first link down below will be the one that you want to click on. But anyway, getting into this haul, I have some Sephora stuff to share with you guys, and then also some brand new CoverGirl stuff, which I know you guys are all interested in from MEIJER, so let's get started. Starting with the one thing that I went into Sephora to get. This happens to everybody, but I seriously, when I walked in there, I'm like, you know what, Mom, I'm only getting this. I'm gonna be 2 seconds, I'm going in, I'm going out. And then I just had that feeling that I was gonna go a little crazy. So I grabbed a basket, and it was so funny because I remember standing there at a display. I had like 2 things in my basket, and I'm like, you know what, if I get a few more things, I could make a haul out of this. So thank you for fueling my makeup obsession, but my wallet hates ya. I'm sorry. But anyway, you guys know that I'm a huge fan of this Fresh Sugar Advanced Therapy Lip Balm. I have loved this stuff forever. I feel like I've gone through at least 1 or 2 of these, and I do have a review of the serum version of this like Fresh Sugar Advanced Therapy thing. I mean, it's kind of like a line now. They've really expanded, and I didn't quite like the serum. It wasn't super moisturizing on my lips, so I did go return that, and then finally I made it to Sephora where they actually had this for sale, so I had to pick it up. The packaging is fantastic, and if you're looking for a nice high-end lip balm, I would definitely recommend this. I've tried the one from Bite Beauty, I've tried the one from Dior, and both of those just don't stack up to this. I love this stuff, and it's definitely a staple in my bedside drawer. I also had to pick up the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and this is kind of like a little duo, and I'll explain that in a second, but I had a little sample size of this mascara floating around on my vanity because I recently got it in like Birchbox or Ipsy. I can't remember which one, but once I finally started using it again, I fell in love with it all over again. Seriously, this formula, like, I love drugstore mascaras, and typically, especially recently, I have just been using strictly drugstore. So when I reached for this and my lashes just look so great, I'm like, okay, that's why I love this mascara. So I just decided to pick up the full size because I haven't owned the full size in a very long time. But funny thing, when I was shopping in Sephora, I went to the Tarte display and I picked up just the single little package of this full-size mascara. And when I was going to check out, you know all those little bins they have like right before the registers? I saw this sitting there, and I'm like, you know, that's gonna be like a different version of this mascara or something. So I went up and I picked it up, and this has the exact full size that I was going to buy, plus the little travel size of the Lights Camera Splashes mascara, which is the waterproof version, and this was $1 cheaper. So now I get to try a little mascara that I don't think I've ever tried, and seriously, for $1 cheaper, I thought I was going crazy for a second, but I swear guys, just be on the lookout for that if you plan on getting it. But this is a great high-end mascara, and for this only being $20, I feel like it's a great deal because there's a lot of other higher-end options as far as mascara goes that are way more expensive. Oh my gosh, guys, this next thing I'm so excited for because I have wanted this shade for as long as I can remember. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush and Candy Glow. That name like seriously messes with my brain, and I can never remember what that thing's called, but I use that all of the time. I've been using it nonstop lately, and ever since they came out with the Something About Berry shade, I have just wanted it. So finally I picked it up. I'm so glad I did. You guys know that I use that other shade all of the time, and when I got that original one, they didn't even have this. So as soon as I saw it, I mean seriously, like, the packaging still gets me, but it's more berry toned, and that one that I have, the Candy Glow one, it doesn't look super pink. It's almost like more of a neutral, kind of more on the baby pink side, but it does show up very pretty on the cheeks. But guys, I love me some berry blushes, and I cannot wait to break into this. I do want to say though, if you haven't tried these, don't be turned off by the swatch. I say that because when I was in the store, I already know that I love the Candy Glow version or whatever, and I went to swatch these, and literally I went like this, and it was like pure glitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, how does that happen? Because on my cheeks, they look so beautiful. So for whatever reason, I feel like the swatches don't do these things justice. And when on the cheeks, they just come up super radiant. I don't feel like on my cheeks I'm seeing like tons of glitter. So if you've swatched these in stores and you haven't been impressed, I really do suggest picking one up because these are like my go-to blushes in the summertime. A very quick mention, I have to throw this in here because I bought it, but you guys have heard me talk about this stuff all of the time. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. Note that they changed the brunette shade now to dark brown. It's the same color, but they just changed the name. I don't know why they do that, but I love this for the 15th gazillionth millionth time. This is like my go-to brow product. I've been trying to use the Pixi Natural Brow Duo in brunette or whatever like the brown one is, and I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I did mention that I wasn't liking that stuff because the tip is very, very thick as far as like the packaging goes. So when I was putting it on, I couldn't really see where it was going and it was just a mess. But honestly, that Pixi product has grown on me. But as you can tell, I went to pick this up, so I don't think the Pixi one surpasses this in my mind. The good thing with the Pixi one is that you do get a brow gel, but I love having this attached spoolie. This for me is just a great color. It's super precise. You just really don't even have to think about it. Plus, it's great for travel. So I seriously feel like I'm going to forever have one of these in my makeup collection because I can't get enough of them. Finally, getting on to some high-end lippies. I have one out in this box. Man, like the bottom even came out. I didn't even notice that. But anyway, I had to pick up this YSL lipstick in number 19, Fuchsia in Rage, and it is what I am wearing on my lips right now. I went in and I was looking at the YSL display because I was actually thinking after I picked up the lip balm that I'm like, you know what, I kind of feel like getting a high-end foundation. I haven't had one that I've loved in a really long time, at least a new one I've loved. I've still been wearing the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and I love that stuff, but I was just ready to get a new one for summer, and I went over there because I've never tried a YSL foundation, and of course, like, I have to look at the lipsticks, and this one caught my eye because it's like straight up purple in the display, and I'm like, you know what, since these are kind of sheer, but I mean, they still have color, I'm like, you know what, that's gonna come off a little bit different on the lips, and by golly it did, because this is the most beautiful orchid color. That's really how I would describe it. It's just like that perfect pinky kind of purpley color. And wasn't orchid like the Pantone color of the year a couple years ago or something? I don't really play into all that stuff, but seriously guys, I've been wearing this non-stop for the past like 3 or 4 days, and seriously, like, the formula, you can't beat it either. I must have been on a purple kick in this recent trip to Sephora because I came home with yet another purple lipstick, or it's kind of more orchidy. It's kind of similar to the YSL one too, but hey, you know, even though they're similar, they're still kind of different. Is that like the motto behind buying lipsticks? I don't know, but I wandered over to the Bite Beauty display. I should know that's dangerous because every single time I do, I come home with a new lipstick, but I just cannot get enough of their Luminous cream line. They're so comfortable, so opaque, so beautiful, and this time I came home with Violet. Now this is probably going to look super duper similar to that YSL one. With this, I think you're getting a little bit more color just because these are creamy and opaque, and the YSL ones tend to be a little bit more glossy and sheer, and I mean sheer in like a formula way, not a color way. They still pack a lot of color, but this one I thought was so pretty. It's a little bit cooler on the lips though. I also blotted this off a little bit with a tissue, and I got like a whole nother color. It was almost like a stain, and it was a little less in your face once I did blot a little bit off, but I love lipsticks like that. You can wear them so many different ways, so you can definitely build this up, tone it down, but I just feel like this color for summer is gorgeous. I have a few samples to share with you, and then just this 500 point perk that I did pick up. This is the Marc Jacobs, I'm pretty sure it's called Blacker and More set. It's probably still on the Sephora site if you want to check it out, but it comes with 2 eyeliners, one being the pencil one being the felt tip, which is kind of why I got it because I haven't tried the felt tip liner by Marc Jacobs, and also the packaging on all of these little sample sizes is really nice. Usually like the samples are terrible packaging, but these feel still super high end. It also came with the Omega Lash Volumizing Mascara, and then this little lipstick, which I was kind of excited for, but it ended up being a little bit darker than like the box pictured, but this is just in magenta. And sorry I don't have the box. I actually already filmed this haul once and it didn't turn out very well, so I'm filming it again, and I think I threw the box away. But that little 500 point perk is up right now at Sephora if you're interested. And then also I got 3 little foundation samples, the YSL Le Tint Touche Éclat, or however you say it, in B30, and then also in B20 because I was kind of in between shades. And then this one is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in SPF 15. And did you see that bug just fly right by my face? And then I did get a sample of of the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation SPF 15, and she forgot to write the shade name on it. I was a little bit frustrated with that until I realized I really don't like this stuff. I wore it today earlier to work. I don't have it on right now, but I seriously was just like done with this foundation. I had it on for a very, very long time, but it just got super dewy, kind of oily, and I don't even have oily skin, and the color was a little bit dark for me, and also the coverage just almost was non-existent, so I didn't really care for this stuff, and I'm glad I got a sample instead of buying the full size. Are you guys ready for the CoverGirl stuff now? I swear, I find so many new makeup things at my local MEIJER. It seriously boggles my mind every single time. But guys, we're going to start by talking about the foundation that I have on right now. And this is the new CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous Foundation. And I got the shade 820, which is called Creamy Natural. And surprisingly, this matches me pretty darn well. Like I said, I'm wearing it today. I just tried it for the first time like 10 minutes before shooting this video. And I feel like I'm really going to like it. I was a little bit nervous because I'm not a huge fan of dewy foundations. And because this says Luminous on it, I was like, oh my gosh, is it going to be too much for me? But honestly, I just have it on my face right now with a little bit of concealer under my eyes and then on a few blemishes that I have. So, I mean, really what you're seeing the coverage-wise is what this foundation does. And I also just set it with a little bit of powder. So I really, really feel like the coverage is great on this. The luminosity is nice, but it can definitely be toned down with a powder too if you like matte skin like I do. And I just feel like all around this is making my skin look super flawless, and I just love new foundations like this. I haven't tried the original version of this for a very, very long time. I've been wanting to go back to it, but I feel like for summer, this luminous option is going to be great. I also picked up the new Super Sizer mascara, and I think I just got the regular one in very black. I'm kind of glad it's in black because when I picked this up, I don't remember looking for a shade. But yes, this is the new one, and it's in this very pretty, almost like teal. Is that teal or turquoise? I always get those mixed up. But oh my gosh, I tried this for the first time, guys. I have it on my lashes today, and I must say, I really like it so far. I've heard a few girls say that they're not a huge fan of this, but I want to show you guys the brush because it's really the opposite of what I would have expected, because the brush has almost a bigger tip, and usually it's like completely inverted. Am I right, or am I just like crazy? But I always feel like the bigger part of the brushes is always more toward the wand. But this is weird too because it only has bristles on like one side. It's almost like a paddle like brush. I don't know if that's a good shot for you guys. Hopefully I can do a close-up. But this stuff, like from my first impression, I really liked it, and that never happens. So I really feel like I'm going to get along great with this mascara. Plus, I didn't have any issues in the wear department, which is always a plus. It didn't flake, it didn't smudge, it honestly didn't budge throughout the day. And from what I can tell, this isn't the waterproof version. You guys know I'm a lipstick girl, so of course I had to pick up two of the new CoverGirl Outlast Long Wear Moisture lipsticks, and the two that I got were, I hate how they don't have names on these, 935, where is it, Into the Fuchsia, oh that's kind of cute, and then I also got 925, which is a red, and this is Red Rogue. And I also should mention that the pink one is kind of fuchsia-y. Honestly, in the display I was a little bit disappointed because I always beeline for like that berry, fuchsia, bright pink color, and I really didn't see one that struck me as that in like the whole entire line, so I'm like, crap, what am I gonna do now? But I picked up this fuchsia one, and honestly in the tube it looks a little bit muted, but on my lips I wore this today and it's very, very bright. Like seriously, for some reason in the tube it just does not come off like that to me. Maybe I'm seeing things weird, but I wear this specific color today, and this formula is very, very unique. I wasn't quite sure what to think. It's super opaque, super smooth, super, super comfortable, and seriously, these stay on your lips forever. I will admit, after I had them on, like after eating breakfast for a couple, maybe like an hour and a half or so, I did feel my lips getting a little bit dry. You could see a little bit of the lines of my lips, but really, I mean, for like a long wearing lipstick, I thought it didn't dry them out any more than like other brands would. Does that make sense? So far so good. I actually haven't even swatched this red one yet, so let's put it side by side. This is the red that Pink was actually wearing in the promo photo, like on the display, but that is looking gorgeous. I was hoping that it wasn't too orange, and it's really not. It has a lot of pink in it, that red does, so I feel like I'm going to love that one too. Let's get that off before I get it all over my shirt. And guys, those were on my hand for like not even 10 seconds. And look, there's already a stain. It's just crazy. And this last product, this is the last thing that I have to tell you guys about. I picked up the L'Oreal Miss Manga Rock Mascara. And this was very interesting to me. I almost didn't get it because sometimes I feel like I buy too many mascaras and then I never have time to like test each one of them out. And since I was getting this CoverGirl one, I'm like, ugh, do I really need to get another one? But this was so interesting to me. I obviously tried the Miss Manga original. I thought it was okay. I didn't remember loving it, but with this one on the display, it was almost like it was being advertised that it was supposed to clump your lashes together. And it's supposed to create spiked overloaded volume. So I really think that the whole reason I got this was because I really didn't know what it was going to do. Like, am I going to be left with 3 lashes or am I just going to be left with some really great volume, which I love? So I feel like the marketing aspect just really sucked me in because I haven't seen a mascara advertised as supposed to be clumpy. Like, that's usually a bad thing. So I don't know. I was just intrigued. And yeah, I'll be sure to tell you guys what I think over on Instagram, as always. So that's everything that I have picked up recently from the drugstore and from Sephora. If you guys love hauls as much as I do, please make sure to give this a huge thumbs up. Have you guys tried any of this stuff recently? I would absolutely love to know if you have, especially on that drugstore stuff, because for some reason that's like kind of what I'm most interested in. With the Sephora stuff, it's almost like I got things that I already knew that I liked, or just like different colors of things that I already liked the formulation of. So yeah, what the heck with the Sephora stuff? Let me know what you guys think of the new CoverGirl collection, and then also that Miss Manga mascara if you've tried it. So I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.